Jeffrianto Kalamba as a student at Christian University of Indonesia Toraja, and today I'm like to talk about style of debate. As you know, there are some style of debate in the world which are usually used in competition at university or high school or another, and they are a British parliamentary debate, world school style, Canadian national debate format, and maybe there are more. But special for today, I like to explain one of them. It is British parliamentary debate. So, what is British parliamentary debate? British parliamentary debate is a style of debate model after the tradition of the British Parliament. The motion, which is what we call the topic that is being debated, is stated in the format this house dot dot dot. For example, this house would ban cigarette, or this house believes that food should be free. This can be abbreviated as THW or THBT, and there are no limits about the motions, so debaters can be debating anything from law and justice to economics or art. There are two sides, government and opposition. Government supports the motion and opposition opposes it. And there are four teams of two teams on each side. Each team is assigned to a position. There is opening government, opening opposition, closing government, and closing opposition. Each speaker also has a name. In opening government, we have the Prime Minister and the Deputy Prime Minister. In opening opposition, we have the leader of opposition and the deputy leader of opposition. In closing government, we have the member of government and the government whip. And in closing opposition, we have the member of opposition and the opposition whip. The order of speakers is Prime Minister, Leader of Opposition, Deputy Prime Minister, Deputy Leader of Opposition, Member of Government, Member of Opposition, Government Whip, and Opposition Whip. Only one of the four teams will win. That means teams that argue on the same side are still competing against each other. The first, second, third, and the fourth place are decided by one or more judges. The head judge is called the chair, and the other judges are called panelists. Prior to the debate, teams are randomly assigned to their positions. Sometimes the motion is released in advance, and sometimes it is revealed just before the debate. In another case, teams only have 15 minutes to prepare their arguments, and speakers in each team can only confer with each other, not with anyone from the other teams. Digital device and access to the internet are also not allowed during prep time. During the debate, each speaker has 7 minutes to speak. The opening government defines the motion, provides arguments for their side, and the second speaker rebuts arguments made by the other side. The opening opposition rebuts the opening government arguments, and then they provide arguments for their side. The closing government provides further arguments in favor of the motion that are different from but consistent with arguments made by the opening government, and the second speaker then summarize the entire debate on behalf of the government side. The closing opposition provides further arguments against the motion that are different from but consistent with arguments made by the opening opposition, and the second speaker then summarizes the entire debate on behalf of the opposition side. The first and the last minutes of each speech is known as protected time. During this time, no points of information or POI can be offered. POIs are short statements or questions that the opposite can use to challenge the speaker. This can be more than 15 seconds each. If a debater wants to give a POI, they will stand up and give an indication such as extending a hand forward or saying point of information. It's up to the speaker delivering the speech to decide whether or not to accept the POI. If the POI is rejected, the debater who offer it should sit down immediately. Although they don't have to, speakers are strongly encouraged to accept at least one POI during their speech. So that's all I can explain about British parliamentary debate. If you enjoy in this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Happy debating and see you.